Hey, Gospel Guitarist here. I am installing some sound treatment foam corner pieces into the corners of my new studio here. So I just thought I'd make a little video about how the install goes. I already sprayed these. Sprayed the glue on, let it dry, and it becomes very tacky. And when you put it in place, you can also remove it and move it. If you're doing something like this and you want it permanent, then you want to spray the glue onto the foam, but also onto the wall. And let both of them dry. And then when you push them together, it'll be a permanent gluing if you do it that way. So, just installing some panels here. All I have to do is just press it into place. And it just holds itself up there. So there's the completed from ceiling down to just about 3 feet above the floor. And these are pyramid shaped to take out some of that slap echoes and stuff from the corners. I also have one over here, which I am running behind the lamppost there. That wall right there is actually about 10 degrees angled, which is kind of nice to have for a studio room. Okay, I have a stack of these 2 foot by 1 foot wedge style sound panels, and I'm going to install 2 of them together on the wall here. And I thought goopy stuff like that or whatever, but I think I'm just going to make pyramids out of them around the room that will be like that, because I think it's the most stylish looking thing I can come up with. You want to know where you're going to put them, and I don't want this room to be completely dead. I would like the reverberation and slapback to be completely gone, but a little bit of room sound would not be a bad, terrible thing. And with the order that I bought on the internet, it comes with the can of Foam & More Incorporated, which is where I got the foam. I think it was $60 for 20 of these panels, and then it also comes with 12 of those 2 foot long by 3 inch corner panels as well. So that's going to do my room really well in here. So what you want to do is carefully spray this on. You could go real heavy, but it's really stringy. It's kind of almost like that silly string stuff, so you really don't want this flying around your room. You're going to get everything sticky. Give it a minute. Grab another one. Almost feel like a cake decorator. And I'll just set that down there. About now, the other one's ready. It doesn't take long for this stuff to get pretty sticky. But I want to put them both up at the same time so I can center the design on the wall. And if you spray it on kind of like silly string like this, that's how, hopefully that's looking good in the camera so you can see how stringy this stuff comes out. It's not coming out as a wet solution at all. It's pretty, a lot like a super thin silly string texture to it. And then we just try to center this where I want it on the wall here. I also have textured walls, which I haven't had a problem with so far. That stuff feels like it's on there pretty good. I don't have thick texture, but it's just not super flat paint. It's got that sand granules in it, which usually is a problem for like the double-sided sticky tabs for hanging up calendars and stuff. They usually just wind up falling down. These are all staying up really well, and it feels nice and strong. That's not going to come off, I don't think, unless I pull it off. So that's all I'm going to do for this side right here. I'm going to put 2 more on this wall. I have to say, this is easier to keep from going everywhere when you're dealing with the big panels. But when you're dealing with these little scrawny things, you might want to put these on some newspaper on the floor before you spray them, because the spray is actually bigger than this, so it gets all over the place. And whatever you do, don't let them touch each other. I don't think you'll ever get them apart. This is kind of fun, actually. I've always done the cheap boy studio treatment. Egg cartons, and never really wanted to spend tons of money on the real foam. So this is a new experience for me. Because it's movable, it's nice that you can get it lined up the way you want it. Of course, this stuff doesn't always have to be absolutely perfect, but you don't want it to be aesthetically unpleasing, since you're going to spend a lot of time in your studio. So there's the completed corner of my studio. And because of the angle of the walls, they don't quite square up visually, but they do when you're standing in front of them. Okay, well, I got the big wall covered in diamonds now. So that doesn't look bad. Somewhat stylish. Thought I'd add a strip right here in the corner, because that corner, the angle is so sharp coming into that wall that I know I'm getting echo there. So took a couple panels and made a 4x1 strip there to help deaden that little area. I found that you don't really need to wait for this stuff to really dry or anything, since it comes out so half dry anyway. Have no problem attaching it to walls or moving it and repositioning it. You do want to make sure things are square when you want them to be square. If they're not square, it'll drive you crazy. Forever. Forever and ever and ever. Okay, well, that's it for the big panels. Okay, now that the install is done, I'll just give a hand shot here of panoramic view of the whole studio with everything installed, with the corners and all of the diamonds all around the room. So that's it.